The epic and unbeatable Scrabble. The nerds with attitude.
Welcome to the N.W.A. Nerds with Attitude. And today is a special day because the leader of the N.W.A. is your host. I am Flores Bloom. As you can see, I got the squad with me. You know, I got Jimmy Max.
Jimmy Max.
I got my boy JR.
What's up, man?
I got my boy Isaac.
What's up, everybody?
And I got my boy Walt, the second in command.
Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry, people. Hello, second in command.
That laugh of denial.
It was a coup. It was a coup.
Today, we're talking about something really special. It's close to my heart. It is my favorite cartoon of all time. And that is Disney's Filmore. I'm holding back tears just saying its name out loud. We're only talking about 5 episodes. And real quick, the 5 episodes are episode 1, 12, 13, 17, 23. Episode 1, Tomorrow's Star. Stall. I'm sorry. Isaac.
Yes.
How you feel about that episode?
I will say, watching it again, I enjoyed that episode a lot more now because I remember the first time we were watching it, and if you guys want to go back and watch that episode, it's very far back. We did that a long time ago, but I remember being so shocked at how serious the show took itself, but at the same time how it knew how silly it was, because it's just the fact that they had this kid in his own building from the school, and they're like, make sure you don't got no kind of writing utensils because he'll be able to use it. And they're listing off all the things that he can use. And I'm talking this silly shit little golf pencils. And he gets a little golf pencil and does some serious damage to his own room. And I was like,
they didn't even show it. They didn't even show it.
They were just in there like, oh my god, that's sickening. It's graffiti. What do you mean? But it's the fact that this kid is just an absolute maniac. And I don't know, that's a good first episode for a show. That immediately puts you into the tone of how the rest of the show is gonna go.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite.
Great.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite episodes.
It's
Jimmy,
so good.
tell me what you thought about episode 1.
Episode 1. I thought it was actually pretty okay. And I only say that because I like dang, what the hell was his name? What was his name? Not his real name, but his tag name.
Flavor Saver.
Flavor Saver. Yeah.
Randall the Vandal, man.
I like that shit. I like Flavor Saver. For some reason, that shit just really resonated with me. I was like,
yeah, and then the way he said it.
yeah.
Flavor Saver.
The way he said Flavor
So,
Saver.
the whole episode, it was pretty entertaining. I felt like I was watching Kids Law and Order.
Which, I mean, that's what the show was originally pitched as. It was pitched as Law and Order for kids.
Yeah.
And they succeeded.
That's what it is.
They totally succeeded, man.
So,
Oh yeah.
JR, tell me about episode 1. What you like about it? Did you like it? Anything?
Oh, me?
No,
Kinda.
I thought I
No, other JR.
No, it's kind of choppy in here. But were you asking if I liked the episode or
Yeah,
the
what
show
you
in
think
general?
about it? No, just the episode.
Oh, just that episode?
Yeah,
I thought it was a really good starter. Like a really good starter of an episode. It really showed me like what I was in for. Because I honestly had no idea what Filmore was gonna be like. And then this like sets the tone for all the episodes that comes after it. And I was like, this is way too ahead of its time. I see why like I don't remember. I see why I never remember hearing anything about this. This is way ahead of its time. It's a really good show.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm so happy.
Was this your first time watching it?
No, it's my second time. I remember like a while ago, Isaac was telling me about. I think it was Isaac telling me about this show, and it got me curious. And I saw that it was on YouTube, and I looked through most of it, and I was like, "This is a really decent show." Wow, I can't believe I really missed out on this. But yeah,
so happy.
I especially like, and I especially like in the first episode, it kind of seems like adult references to Hannibal Lecter because they have like this kid in his own room. I had whole Hannibal Lecter's vibes, and then when he escaped, I was like, oh shit. He's gonna start eating kids now.
Yeah, what is he gonna do? I ain't gonna lie, I felt the same way. Like, what is he gonna do? He got all the crayons he'll ever need.
Yeah. No, he only needs the one.
My second in command. What do you think about episode 1? Just episode 1.
Just episode 1?
Just episode 1.
I'm not gonna lie. Episode 1 is the weakest episode of all 26 episodes. Episode 1,
which is saying something.
Episode 1 is for me. I mean, I've seen the show multiple times because I love Filmore too, and I be preaching just like N.W.A. be preaching. It's very underrated. It's a very underrated Disney show, which should be on Disney Plus. It is
not on Disney Plus.
It is a travesty that is not on Disney Plus. Also, Gummy Bear should be on there, but and a lot of people don't talk about it. But the first episode, to me, I've seen the first episode like multiple times, and this time I've seen episodes like the 5 episodes you pick. 2 of them I hate. I'm not gonna lie. Two of them I hate. But this episode it's an okay episode, and like JR, Isaac, and even Jimmy was saying, it is a strong episode to get you in. But to me, the first episode, because it's playing on Hannibal Lecter and all that junk, it's stuff that I guess I've already seen before, and because I've seen this multiple times, it's like the first episode is boring to me. Like, I don't get really into Filmore. Like, it don't start grabbing me until like the 3rd episode. The 3rd episode, I feel like, is the episode that hooks you. The first episode is a pretty decent episode, but I don't think if somebody never seen Filmore watch this first episode, like Jimmy said, it feels like you watching Law and Order for kids. That's what it feels like, that first episode. Like it really is. I feel like the show doesn't go on its own. It doesn't become Filmore until about the 3rd, 4th episode. But that's just me.
Kick this man off the chat.
Oh shit! Don't do it, leader. Don't do it, Red Ranger.
I mean, I like the episode, but it's a weak episode. It's not one of those episodes. It's not one of those episodes like it automatically grabs you. I'm just wired. I'm just like the kids say. I'm just built different than the rest.
Please
of y'all.
don't say that.
Oh my god!
You're built wrong. Any Filmore slander, you will be kicked. From now on.
Shit. Oh, damn, that power was dead real quick.
All right, I told you guys this before. This is my favorite show.
Oh,
okay.
Shit.
I'm
shit.
Respect that.
Me
Respect it.
Do not play with me.
He is not gonna like my answers.
Oh shit.
We're just gonna keep going until
It's gonna be a leader battle, civil war. Whose side you on, Isaac? I want to side with Isaac. Fuck that shit.
Okay, thank you.
I gotta ride with Isaac.
We're just gonna keep going on. These are not my favorite episodes. These are just episodes. I want to pick like really different episodes from each other. These are the episodes I really pick.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what was your reasoning in picking these 5 episodes?
These are just like I really like my favorite thing about episode 1 is I really like the talk Filmore gives to Rando at the end.
Fact.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I really like that talk. I really liked it. Like this show was trying to teach kids stuff and entertain them at the same time. And when Filmore gets to his talks, it's like one of the greatest shits ever.
Mm-hmm.
If Filmore was a religion, I would be in that shit. All right. But I wanted to pick like different episodes
as a kid.
You know, that showed like even though they're kids, they're still solving crimes and show like the different parodies of each crime they do. I try to like flush it out. And episode 13 is like my favorite episode. So we're gonna go to episode 12. Walter hates this episode.
Hold on. Yeah. I want to ask too, everybody, while y'all was watching the episode 1, even those who seen it before, did you pick up on? Cause like this time around, I was watching each episode to try to pick up the clues and stuff to see if I could figure out who did it. Even though it's been a minute since I seen it, did you pick up clues and stuff in that first episode? Good
question. I'm gonna tell you like this. Now the first episode was kind of trash at it because I knew it was her immediately. She read that shit stainless. I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, what the fuck did that say? She immediately read that shit stainless. I'm like, oh, it was her. She did this shit. And then she
I hate you so much. That's so. You read that shit. I read that shit.
Bro, that shit is not clear. That shit looked like a goddamn Toyota sign. Goddamn. That shit did not look like fucking stainless, bro. I had to goddamn sit there for a minute and be like, oh, that's an S. Okay.
That man,
I saw
it. He paused it and tried to.
Stainless. Where the fuck did she see that?
Man, that shit looked exactly like steak.
Just like that, I knew it was her. No question.
But you read that really Saver good, huh?
Yeah, I felt Flavor Saver was straight.
The same art style.
I felt like Flavor Saver was straight. No, Flavor Saver looked like Dollar General logo.
Oh my god,
Dollar Tree logo. This shit look like.
I am done.
That's why I like that shit. I like Dollar.
But to the other two, like I said, like did y'all pick up the clues on who was actually the person doing the graffiti and everything?
It was my guess that it was the girl, because she was sus from the very beginning to me.
All she wanted was the fucking First of all she wanted was some stainless toilets. If that wasn't a dead fucking giveaway.
Yeah, but you know, this episode, man, this is like one of the episodes where it has like 2 villains.
Yeah,
and she was like, I always say Randall was the main villain.
She's trash.
She was just the side villain, man.
She was a stand-in. Fuck up. One time, fuck up. I felt like Ronda would have came back like in later seasons.
One thing I remembered was the weirdest thing was that Stainless was written backwards, or like she was like left-handed, and that was the whole clue that the person was left-handed, and they write it from right to left instead of left to right, and I'm like, that's a lot of trouble just to throw people off your.
Yeah, but
toilets,
that's actually true.
It could literally be anybody.
Yeah, but my niece is left-handed, and she does that, which was crazy to me. I was like, damn, this shit really, left-handed people really do this shit in real life. Like, they're fucking weird. Like, they really drag their letters for some reason when they're left-handed. I don't know why. But episode 12 is Walter's favorite episode.
Oh, dang.
Of Slaying Kings on Checkered Field. I fucking love that title so much. Man.
That is a good title.
That's one of my favorite titles, man.
Yeah.
Like, Walter, tell us why
title.
you don't like this episode.
Oh, man. Checkmatey is so dated. Oh my god, I hate Checkmatey with a I hate him with a freaking passion. Oh my god, Checkmatey. And it wasn't even clever. It wasn't even clever. Dude wasn't even clever of his own. Like, he's the kidnapper. When you find out that he's the kidnapper, like, it wasn't even clever. Like, it's dated. Like, his slang and everything is so. Oh my god.
But that was the point, man. Because he was trying to be some. Yeah, he was a poser. That was the point.
But he wasn't a no. His whole gimmick was to do the rapping thing. That was his gimmick. That was him.
Hey,
that was him.
Straight up though, he had bars.
No,
I was just saying. How motherfucker was like, oh yeah.
I remember the bars he sang.
Yeah, it was trash, but it was Disney. It was dope for Disney. It was Disney.
It was Disney trash.
Listen, I'm gonna go. Listen, real quick. I really chose this episode because I just love the little girl that tries like, Filmore, your time is gonna end.
Oh,
yeah.
And that's the other thing. That's the other thing. The B plot. The B plot.
There was a.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There was. Yeah. It's probably what you were gonna say. I like the little girl. I like the way she was like just calling out to Filmore and saying like, "I will destroy you," and I was like, "Oh shit, you got a rival." And then by the end of it, I was like, "Well, that was anticlimactic."
Yeah, nothing happened.
She was fun for yelling. Yeah, but nothing came out of it except she got her ass whooped.
Filmore told y'all that, though, man. Filmore told
Facts.
He was like, really, you don't want none of this. He literally told her that.
Don't want none of this.
I love that shit, man. What were you going to say, Walter, about the B plot?
Yeah, the B plot with the little girl. Like, it took him the third time running into the little girl, because you already automatically knew that the little girl was probably going to help him in some kind of way, but it took him the third time when whatever she said, and then he hit it like dog or disco. I mean, I love that man. His catchphrases. I like disco and crackers.
Yeah, but hey man, that makes sense. You know, some people, us guys, we miss cues from our girls all the time and stuff. Or like our mom trying to hit at something. We just, oh man, I didn't get that. Why didn't you just say it? Just tell me.
Why don't you just come out and say it?
Yeah, but the little girl didn't know what he was doing though, and it wasn't until what the little girl, she just happened to say something. It's just they made the B plot bigger than it needed to be, and then in the end, the little girl didn't even matter. Like she got wrecked. It at least would have been better if they showed her. I get that. I 100% get that. But it probably would have been way more interesting if to show that she was somewhat of a challenge to this man Filmore. Not even like I was more interested in the B plot than the A plot, the main plot, the whole checkmatey thing. Like it's just terrible. It's like the checkmate thing is just terrible.
Yeah, like every time she shows up, she grabs the attention of the viewer, and I'm like, oh, what is this girl all about? Like, it looks like they have some history, and I thought they were going to delve deeper into that, but no. By the end, she just gets wiped.
And I would even add even more. Not only do I don't like the episode. The characters don't even like the episode. They didn't even want to watch this man. So like,
I mean, that was the point, though. That's the point. Sometimes you gotta do your job, even if you don't like it. You don't like the man. It's just it happens. It's just real. And the thing I like about this episode, I met a real checkmate in real life. It blows my mind to this day. I really met a checkmate in real life. I never forget in high school.
He used to rap and play chess?
No, dog. No. Besides the chess part. I was like, he tried it so hard to be this thing he wasn't. Like, he was white. He dressed it. He busted the meanest sag I ever seen in my life. All right. I was like, well, I don't know how your pants be so low and it's still up, and you're just walking. That's why I like that episode, man. Isaac, tell me about checkmating, man. How'd you like the episode?
I will say the checkmating episode probably gave me one of the hardest laughs in the whole thing, because it's just the idea that checkmatey was so afraid of losing to his next opponent that he was like, you know what? I got an idea. I'll act like I kidnapped. I got kidnapped. Like, you're in middle school, man. Kidnapping. And then this shit, it cracks me up every time. Because when they find him on the roof, he's just sitting there, like, writing stuff down. And they're like, checkmate. And he goes, oh, found me. Like, man, you're leave. But, like, by far, the funniest part in the whole thing is Filmore finally just having enough of checkmating at one point. He's like, hey, by the way, your bars are trash, bro. Oh my God, thank you, Filmore. I'm so glad you said that.
You just, what did he say? Damn it. You just run bomb and wisdom. You trash, bro.
You trash, bro.
Yo, man.
Fillmore just he at a certain point, it's fun watching Fillmore when he gets like pissed off sometimes, because like that savagery will come out of nowhere, and then after he's done, you kind of sit there and you're like, damn, is that the same Fillmore that we've been watching this whole time?
He was a delinquent.
He was a delinquent, yeah.
He was.
I also like how like the serious moment of the episode when Checkmatey flooded his room. I was like, yo, they can legit drown like this. They can just
I know.
I was like, yo,
They legit tried to.
Yo,
He tried to drown himself.
why did it feel more?
There was no guarantee that he would be saved. There was no guarantee that he would be able to be saved at that point. I was like, this kid drowned himself just to get out of a chest match.
I mean, he did drop a big ass chess piece on himself too. So like,
nah, man. But listen, the drowning thing. What happened if Fillmore couldn't swim? They just, can you imagine the news report? 2 kids drowned in their room. Filled with trouble. We're still investigating how that shit was possible. Oh man. And then I like Principal, what's her name, Folsom. I love that she just don't give 2 shits about nothing but getting a goddamn trophy.
Yep.
She's one of my favorite characters. Her anger she has for them.
She is the true epitome of fuck them kids in this show, man. Even though she works at a school,
she's
the
like
funniest thing.
She's like the corrupt mayor who doesn't care about anything but getting votes.
Yep.
And then
that's how it feels in this whole show.
Let's go on to episode 13. I've forgotten yesterday. It's one of my favorite episodes. Walter, my second in command. Did you like this one?
This the one when he going to his vacation to meet his partner.
No. This is the one where he somebody's out to get Fillmore about the term papers.
Oh,
and he goes to his friend for help.
Yeah. I like this one. This is a very good episode, mainly because you see a little bit more from Fillmore past, but you get a lot more from Ingrid. Like, Ingrid is a great secondary character to Fillmore. Like, him playing off of her and everything like that. And the way everything goes down with Ingrid, because like when he brought in his buddy, his old partner and everything like that, like his old partner when he was a delinquent days, and then when she came in and everything like that, and you saw them button heads and everything, like it gave Ingrid a lot more to do. Like the Checkmate episode, you didn't get a lot for Ingrid to do. Even in the first episode, you don't get too much on Ingrid. It's mainly the Filmore show. But this episode, it felt more like they were a team. Like, and granted, this is like technically the last episode of the first season, if you want to be technical about it. But like this was a great episode. Like everything about it was just great. Even the double cross and everything like that. Now, there's the ridiculous. There's always a chase. There's always a chase like that.
Yeah, it'd be funny every time.
Them on the creek with the boat and everything like that. I was like, that's ridiculous. But like,
that's all next to a school. That's all next to a school.
And the music.
Was there always a creek?
Yeah, the music, the different musics they use, the instruments too, man. I think this episode is like an xylophone solo. We didn't watch that episode, man. Like the music is really good, man.
Oh shit!
Isaac, tell me about 13. How you feel about that one, man?
I remember 13 had like a genuinely kind of like, I wouldn't say it was a shocking moment for me, but it was one of those moments where I was like, damn, are they really about to do this? And it's towards the end of the chase scene at the end of the episode where he's taking his old partner towards the boat that Ingrid is on, and he's aiming him right at like the trident or whatever, and I was like, he's about to kill this man. But that's what he like just sticks him onto it. I was like, oh, that was really close, man. I got kind of scared.
Yeah, he could have got impaled. Yeah.
That I think some of my favorite stuff in the episode is like I don't know what it is about this to me, but it cracks me up every time when Fillmore's going down the hill and he tries to brake and ketchup and mustard shoot out of his brakes instead of those. Because somebody had the bright idea to like change out his brakes for condiment. I was like, how do you even? All right, these kids are really intelligent. Like, ridiculous.
Why did he just cut the brakes? Why he had to?
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. It would have been faster and less messy.
You gotta be creative, man. When you're a villain, you can't do nothing basic. Ketchup and mustard these niggas, man. That's why.
So he's the condiment king.
Plus, there's like
he's basically the condiment kid.
I love how the show, while it's still, they make sure it's kids in middle school, right? Because a lot of the situations are definitely like, these are kids in middle school. This is not, nobody's gonna die, even though I'm sure Fillmore got close to dying a few times if he didn't get out. But then it's stuff like, what part was it? The part where it's still the part where he's rolling down the hill on his bike and can't brake, and the thing he decides to do is he jumps off his bike and his bike goes flying into the wood chipper, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad he got off the bike before that. I was like, wow.
He almost died. He almost had a Deadpool 2 moment.
Like, some of these kids in here are attempted murderers. This is ridiculous. It makes it like just a tad bit more serious. And it's so funny.
Like, forget the tension. You should be in prison. That dude should be in prison.
Try him as an adult.
Jared, man, what you feel about this episode? Did you like it?
Oh, I do. But only because of the massive burn that Filmore says to this one dude who was complaining about the term papers. The guy was like, do you realize the importance of finding these missing term papers? And then Filmore goes, you realize your mama dressed you like a sofa?
I was hoping one of you guys said it. I'm glad.
Oh, man.
That was the one thing that caught my attention the most. It caught me so off guard. I busted out laughing. I'm like, and throughout the whole time, every time that character showed up, I'm like, that kid really does look like it's so.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Jimmy, man,
Yo,
Filmore's
how you feel about episode 13?
I think that episode. I think I like that episode, or I think I missed that episode. I might have missed that episode. I know I was supposed to watch the episode. I watched extra episodes. I did bonus rounds, man.
It's cool, man.
I think I watched it though. I think I like that one. I don't remember. I remember what y'all saying, but I don't know if I was paying attention.
It's fine, man. I really like this episode because when Filmore was sneaking in for the term papers, he was just teleporting. He just wasn't sneaking. Because some of the shit he was doing, like he'll be right here, and then clearly be but there. I was like, all right, bro, you cheating. All right. That's what I love about it. We show how badass Filmore is. It's like, yo, when Sonny was like, yeah, Filmore, he sneaks to anything. The kid's a straight up ghost, man. I love it, man. I love it. Episode, the next one is probably another one of my favorite episodes. We're gonna start with Walter again because he hates everything. Walter, my second in command. Tell me about episode 17, South of Friendship.
Oh man.
North
Oh
of
god.
Honor.
Oh god. Yeah, this is another one. This is the second episode like I just hate of Filmore. This is the second one I just hate, and it's probably the worst episode ever. I didn't care about Filmore's partner for one. His old partner. Don't care about that. Y'all didn't even have to give me a episode of that. But the thing about I really hate about the episode, and it's me personally. I've had run-ins with people like this, but the southern accents and everything in there were real bad for one. And then every time someone said boy, I wanted to punch the screen. I wanted to hit the screen.
So let me ask you real quick. You think they was going for a racist thing?
I think they was trying to go for a racist thing, and I think that was supposed to be the race episode, but they turned it into a different type of episode. I think they were shooting for that.
Yeah, I think they were shooting for a racist thing too, but I don't think that was the main point. Focus.
Yeah. That's why.
Is that the only reason? Is that the only reason why you don't like
the whole voice thing didn't really jive with me, and it wasn't like every episode up until this point was like a mystery. It was almost like a mystery and everything. You're trying to figure it out. There was no mystery in this episode. That's why it was very disappointing with it. All it was really
because it wasn't about it's not about the mystery in this episode. It's about the corruption.
Yeah, I know we get the corrupt, but we already knew, like in the beginning of the episode, we already knew it was corrupted and everything like that.
It's not about us figuring out it's corrupted. It's about us feel more.
This episode, and then the other thing is why we bring in Filmore. If this was the guy who gave Filmore a chance and taught Filmore everything there is to be a safety patrol officer, why wouldn't he be more badass than he was? Like he was sitting here taking shit, just taking the shit from this dude and everything. Like he didn't do anything.
See, he taught Filmore, the code of safety patrol, but he wasn't the delinquent. Filmore was sneaking into places, doing all this other kind of stuff.
I'm not getting on that though. Like he still basically showed Filmore how the justice thing works, how justice is, and giving people second chances and all that junk. He did not strike me as the same character that installed all these values and stuff to Filmore, and then they was building him up and everything like he was an important character and we're going to see him again, but we never see him ever again. And the way this episode is framed, to me, it's almost like a backdoor pilot, like they were going to do a spinoff, like how Teen Titans, how we got Titans East, like we were gonna get like the neighbor in middle school, but we never did that. They never did that. Like they were building it up where we never got that or anything like that.
Oh man, no, I never got none of that from myself.
I mean,
I never thought about ever getting this spit out. Nah, man, nah. But JR, tell me what you think about South of Friendship, North of Honor.
It was pretty decent when it comes to like the corruption of power. You know, this kid has more power than he knows what to do with, and he's just using it for his own benefits. I thought it demonstrates that perfectly, like in a kid's show, no less. So I thought that was pretty entertaining, mostly. So, but I do agree with Walt about like the ex-partner thing. Like I didn't get the vibe that he was really as great as Filmore kind of built them up to be. So
See how
I was kind of disappointed with him.
Oh, he
I mean,
did.
like always, but
but
the thing about it is, here it is. The thing about Noah,
okay.
He's been referenced a lot up until this point. Filmore would bring him up a lot, so we as a viewer are getting like, oh, this dude's amazing and everything. And then when we get his episode, when we finally get him, no, this dude is not amazing. It took Filmore to talk sense into him.
Again, though, you guys, they never said. I forget his name. What's his partner's name? Shit. I want to say Wayne, but I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I think it's Wayne.
Wayne. They never said. Filmore always says he just gave me an opportunity. He gave me a chance. You know. That was it. They never said.
He would say more than just that. Like he not only that's like he gave me an opportunity, he gave me a chance, but he would also like he instilled this in me or something like that. Like there was multiple times up until that point. There was multiple times up until that point he would reference him. There was like 3 or 4 times that he referenced him.
He never says like Wayne. He does this is that.
No, I know. I'm not. That's not what I'm getting at. That's not what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but you guys know. But you guys saying like he gave you guys his vibe. Like he was so, like he was amazing. He did this, but Filmore, you know, had more like of a. You know, Filmore had just more skills than him. Wayne was just a great guy that saw a potential in somebody else. They never said that Wayne was an amazing safety patroller.
He had to be if he caught Filmore.
No, but listen, but what I'm saying is, like, they never said like he was so great, like he caught every villain, he passed it, he solved every case. They always said he was just a guy that did everything by the book. He was going to be fair to you, and he gave you another chance. I don't know why you guys got this vibe.
That's not what I'm. No, that's not what I'm saying, Noah. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about his skills, not his physical skills. I'm not talking about his physical skills.
You said when you finally see him, you don't give you this vibe that everything Filmore and stuff.
Yeah, like everything Filmore has been saying about him up until this moment. When you finally get to this episode, it's almost like he's a shell of the person that Filmore was talking about.
Well, technically, he's a shell of himself right now because the stuff he's going through.
And he lost
his partner to corruption. He's under this thing. He's under this force that's corrupted, and he feels like he can't do nothing about it, no matter what he do. So when Filmore finally comes, he sees that.
But he's never did anything about it too. It was until Filmore randomly showed up.
But he told you he did. You see him right in the beginning of the episode. He tried to catch this bad guy riding a pig through school. Riding a pig through school, and we saw him. They let him go. You see him after he rode the pig through school, making all this trouble. You know, we see that same kid just be let go, and then later on he joins the force.
Yeah, but that was all the chief thing. That wasn't.
Yeah,
he still wasn't fighting.
Why
he wasn't? But at the end of that episode 2, when you find out that the chief, when the principal who's the Chief's dad, the Chief's dad, when the principal sees what his son's been doing, he finally does something. To me, it seems like if someone just, I don't know, told the principal what was going on, he would have been did something. Because
Wayne
you know,
did.
I don't think Wayne, that's the thing. That's my biggest thing is about this thing. It's not about Wayne's skills. It's not about I mean, like I said, I disagree with you because he had to call Filmore multiple times to bring him in and whatnot. Even though Filmore is for all intents and purposes a Mary Sue, but like or Gary Stu for the dudes, for the things that what Filmore was saying, like it's like the Uncle Ben effect. It's just like Uncle Ben. How Spider-Man, yep, I'm bringing up Spider-Man. how Spider-Man always looks back on how Uncle Ben raised him and everything like that and showed him the values. That's what I'm getting at. Like, he showed Filmore, yes, he gave Filmore a second chance. He gave him a chance. And he instilled values into Filmore, which that's what he starts doing when he goes to X middle school. And the way he talks up him, it makes it seem like he's an amazing, upstanding guy. Yeah. But when we get there, he is not an amazing, upstanding guy.
Remember, he said, I tried to fight it. But they drove out his old partner and stuff, man. He's really tried, you know, and you can see it. Remember when that kid tried to give him a gift for helping him with the case? He didn't want to take it. Yeah, he really was broken at that point.
And then the thing about that, the other thing that rubs me the wrong way about that is towards the middle of the episode when he tells all that, what does Filmore do? Give him some uplifting speech, something that he said himself, that Filmore said himself, like, this is where I'm, and then he says, you throw my words back at me. Like, literally what he said to Filmore, he gives him an uplifting speech, and that changes everything? No, that's not believable.
What do you mean it's not believable? What you want? This kid shows for kids.
I know it's not. I know.
Listen though. But listen, you have to look at it at that point. You can't look at it. I know we're adults, but you can't look at it like that. This shows for kids.
Why can't I look at it like that?
And then he finally gave Wayne that spark he needed. It's okay. You know, we all have those bad days and stuff. Like, I don't feel like doing this. I just want to give up. And that's where Wayne was at.
I get where you saying. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
but I don't feel like you're understanding where I'm coming from, where I'm staying. We're just going back and forth. Nobody, and then the rest of y'all niggas ain't even saying shit. But like, we're going back and forth. I never got my turn. we're just going back and forth. What I'm saying is the way Filmore built him up, where this man was, no matter what happened, no matter how hard it was, he still was going to try. And then it took Filmore, our main character, to give him a couple of words of encouragement, and he's back in it. And then the way the episode even ends, the way it ends, how Buddy gets caught, and then the principal, his dad, reprimands him, takes him from the force, and all that junk. I feel like all that could have been said if Wayne just told the principal, but we never got any kind of interconnection or anything like that. Like anybody told the principal anything.
But you saw what happened when Filmore told the principal about it.
But and then
he didn't know his son.
That brings it back to the race thing, though. I think that's the whole reason where the whole race thing.
I think that was just a corruption.
Because he hit. I don't think the principal, even though he's not a great person, I don't think the principal was corrupt. His son, sure, but I don't think the principal was corrupt. And but I think because of how the way the episode was set up, I think that was the race thing. But again, I think the whole that if there was a bigger race element, I think they wanted a bigger race element.
You all right?
Yeah. I think they wanted a bigger race element, but because I guess they didn't want to focus on that for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe we could get the writers one day and interview them or something like that.
You know why they didn't focus on that, man? They can't focus on that too hard.
And then it might have been because it's a Disney show.
Yeah, it's a kid show. They're not gonna focus on that too hard.
I mean, you get that in kid shows, though. You get that.
I
in
know,
kid shows.
but sometimes back in those days,
back in those days, you get those like that. There was a Rugrats episode about Susie about that.
Yeah, but excuse me, but you never know what they say to each episode and stuff, because they got people that watch it and stuff and tell them, this is too bad, they can't do that. Yeah, but who didn't go? The rest of the three of y'all. Isaac, go.
I went.
You went? Okay, my bad.
That's what started this conversation.
Trying to remember what episode we're talking about. Oh yeah, the Yeehaw episode. That's what I call it.
No episode.
Strangely enough, like,
it had a profound title too.
It's I swear this is like I don't know what it is about this episode, and it's not. I don't think I went into it not caring about his partner or whatever, but every time this episode comes on and I watch it, and within 10 minutes afterwards, I have forgotten everything about this episode. And the only thing that really keeps sticking in my mind, like Walt was saying, is hearing them say boy.
Oh,
and like, it makes me physically cringe every time they say it. And it's not like, oh, that's gross, but it's just like, y'all can't be saying that kind of shit, man. That's like, that's nasty. It just, it makes my skin crawl.
It's like the way they say it. I think it's the way that they say it,
and
it's just like.
And notice every time they said boy, it was always to Filmore, not to his partner or anything like that. It was always to Filmore. It was always a Filmore.
I think he said it to a couple other kids too, but yeah, I remember there were quite a few where it's directed at Filmore. Yeah.
Although I will say, because this is kind of like, I don't know, this might be a deep thing, but it's kind of a life philosophy thing. The way Walt was talking about how like the partner was going through that tough time in his career at the school, and he was kind of down on himself and everything, and all it took was Fillmore's words to get him to turn around. I feel like personally that's relatable, and it works that way, because I'm of the firm belief that sometimes all it takes is one person to say something, and that will set off a change. It might not be like a big change, but it can be a small enough change that will continue to echo on, and that's just the way I think. But I get where everybody's coming from on this.
Well, my favorite thing about this episode is Fillmore's talk to Wayne. I really gotta look it up. Is his name Wayne?
Wayne sounds correct.
Right.
I just don't want to be like, yo.
Wayne sounds right. Yeah.
Somebody in the comments, your whole argument was invalid because his name's not Wayne. I was like, what the fuck? God, what episode is this? Anyways, Jimmy.
Okay.
This episode is trash. I'll say it. I don't care about fucking partner. I care about the backstory. I don't care about none of that shit. I just came for the fucking mysteries. There was no mystery. Y'all said it. This is a lame ass episode.
Kid, it's not about the mystery.
Yes, it is.
No, listen. It's
bro, if you go to SVU,
on the corruption.
If you go to SVU, and then a motherfucker ain't got weird pictures on their computer and shit, you like, oh snap, it must be him. Then come to find out it wasn't even him, cause he would be afraid. Come on, man, it's all about the mystery, baby. It wasn't no mystery. The corruption, fuck that corruption. So they did shit about it. They did shit about it.
They did do shit about it. It's Wayne's the commissioner now at the end of the episode.
But he's just gonna be corrupt, man. See, I see they got you. They got you. He's just gonna be the next puppet in line.
Oh man.
Y'all see how that shit go, man.
The last episode we watched was episode 23. Play on, Maestro, play on.
It was Wayne.
It was Wayne. What was I going? JR, since you said something, go. Play on, Maestro, play on. 23.
Play on, Maestro, play on. I keep forgetting like most of what happened in the episode while I'm watching it, because I don't know, it didn't really grab my attention that much, but I did like I did like the ending where Filmore was just talking down this kid because he was all obsessed with games, and it's basically like taking over his life, where it's like he's playing other people in such a way, and he was a legit player because he had all these girls that like him, and then he was just playing around with them. By the end of it, Fillmore was like, "Man, you want to play it? You just playing," or something along those lines. And I was like, "Yeah,
that sounds like something he was saying."
It sounds like a Fillmore line.
Yeah, he was spitting facts. He was spitting facts. That's words to live by.
Jimmy.
Because
sorry.
But because right after Fillmore catched them, he was like confronting him about what he did, and then the kid he catches him in a cage, and I'm like, where the fuck did this cage come from? Where'd you get a cage? And he was able to convince him to let him go. He's just like, okay, you caught us. What then? What next? And he's like, I gotta keep playing, man. I gotta keep playing. Nah, man. You wanna play it? You just playing. You can't just play life. You gotta live it. And I'm just, shit, dude. Why is this kid so mature? Yeah. I like that part.
Jimmy?
I agree with JR, man. That shit was trash, man. That shit is.
I was mostly positive about it.
I agree with JR, man. That shit was trash. It wasn't a great episode. I barely remember this episode. I think I probably was sleeping in. We probably was rolling towards the end of recording Filmore by that time. By the time I got to that episode. Everybody looking at me. Anyway, JR summed it up best he could. You know what I'm saying? I can't sum it better. That shit was trash.
Isaac, Isaac, was this episode trash to you?
I don't actually. This is one of my favorite episodes, which I don't know what that says about me, but
I like
everybody.
I like this episode too, man. I like this episode for a reason.
It's definitely one of my favorites. It's mostly this is, if I remember correctly, this is the episode where the kid tries to steal the game console, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of my favorites because I really like.
Cause you that kid. Cause you that kid, huh? You gonna steal a console? Is that what you telling us? You gonna use an elaborate plan?
I took a couple games from some people. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He always steals games from me.
Yep. It was always JR too.
Every time he comes over. Yeah. Every time he comes over to my house, one of my games is missing. I'm like, did you steal my game? And he's like, he's unapologetic.
Yank this real quick.
Dang, I'm starting to learn a lot about.
He's unapologetic about it too,
man.
But yeah, like the way the kid was, trying to steal it, and the fact that he gets caught, but then pleads to his mother because she bought him that game console. She bought it for him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I won't do it again if you agree to, keep it." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna keep it. I'm grounded for a month, but I get to keep it." But then he keeps going.
It was a year.
Oh, was it a year? Yeah. For some ridiculous amount of time that he gets grounded. But he's like, he keeps doing it, and it's to the point where it's one of those things where it's not. You see this a lot in, obviously crime thrillers, where somebody is committing this crime, and they're not really doing it to commit for the end goal of the crime. They're doing it because they just like the feeling of doing this crime, and the kid just couldn't let go of the rush of pulling something like this off, which definitely plays into the point that he's just too addicted to video games because he keeps wanting to level up, and it as they say, it brought him a game over by the end of it. So,
man,
okay, you're done. You are done. You are done.
Fuck you.
Look, if they didn't say it in the episode, I was gonna say it.
My second in command.
I really hate that you.
You were winning.
Anyway, second in command. Talk to me, man.
Anyway, I really like this episode too. This was a fun episode. Like this episode, the old where you see Filmore delinquent partner episode, and the episode 1, they're like probably strong episodes. Episode 1 still, in my opinion, is weak. I know, probably in the comments. You sure, whatever. I hear you typing right now. But like this episode is a pretty strong episode, and it's what makes Filmore, in honesty. Even as like with the Vidigum, like for him to actually do a pretty decent job, and he would have got away with it if he didn't leave clues. He literally told on himself. That's the only way they caught him. He literally told on himself.
But some criminals do that because they just can't help but to get the attention of the crime. If he didn't tell,
they just want to be Riddler.
He could have been.
They just want to be Riddler.
Man. He would not. They would not have caught him if he leave those goddamn clues.
I don't think they would have caught him at all.
It's because he's a narcissist.
Yeah.
But it's a cool.
He wants people to know.
It was a great episode. It is a great episode. Now, that. I'm gonna bring it up. The kid was white, and and this white mama, like, she allowed this man to still have the thing even after what he did. Only a white parent. Mm-hmm. Now, if that was a black parent, nah, nobody, nobody. Oh no. Ask Jimmy. If one of your kids had an elaborate scheme to steal a game system, and you already bought him one, you still gonna let him keep the one that you bought?
Bro, my little girl tried to take some bubble gum out of Walmart one day. I embarrassed the fuck out of her ass right there on the spot. Don't you do that shit? Because it was embarrassing to me. Hell nah. She lucky she didn't get her ass whooped that day. Yep. We was in Walmart and it almost happened, but
Noah, if your protagonist kid, or even what's the older kid name?
Himorian.
That's what his name is. If he did an elaborate play to steal a Xbox, I'm assuming that was supposed to be an Xbox, right? Is that or a PlayStation? But like he stole a game or something, or even like Jimmy said, bubble gum. What would you do?
Whooping ass.
I don't know if he came home with that PlayStation 5.
And you got him one, and you got him one.
I mean, he got me one. I'm just playing. Nah, man. Oh, no, I'll take it from him, man. I whoop him, punish him, and then...
I don't know, man. If it's a PlayStation 5...
It's not PlayStation 5, though. What am I supposed to do? Give it back? Now everybody gonna know my kid's a mastermind? Nah, man. Gotta maintain his innocence, even though he's guilty.
We're not giving no PlayStation 5 back. That's not happening.
But he already got caught though. That's the thing.
We ain't getting it back.
Yeah, we're not giving it.
We ain't giving it back.
Isaac, are you giving back that PlayStation 5?
Hell, I'm not gonna allow him to do it.
No, I don't think so.
Oh god, yes, we're criminals. I love it.
I'll feel real bad about it for the first couple days, but then I'll be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Damn, Returnal looks real good on this.
Yeah,
I like
oh
that.
man, this is next gen graphics. This is amazing.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh, it's 4K. Oh.
Okay.
So that's a wrap for the episodes. I have a question for everybody, but I guess it's more to Jimmy because he's the only one that has kids. But you guys can answer too because you guys have kids in the future.
They don't get no fucking opinion about kids.
I got a
They don't got no
nephew.
First of all,
the nephew.
you know
Listen,
damn well they don't get no opinion about kids. Okay.
I was saying, do you guys think kids should watch this show and learn from Filmore the lessons he had on some of the episodes?
Nowadays,
Yeah. Nowadays, yeah.
Jimmy, you go ahead. You got kids.
All right, see, that's the right answer. Correct. But look, though, first of all, I'm like a broken record. Fuck. I'm out here passing out more metaphors than goddamn Filmore can ever pass out. But I don't mind having a little positive backup coming from the television screen. That shit would really have their attention. They don't be staying what the fuck I'm talking about.
No,
So
yeah.
I try to guide them all to watch things that are morally sound and good, or educational, or all of the above.
You walk in there watching Rick and Morty, and
My kids don't watch no. No,
I mean, it does teach you life is shit.
they don't watch no. They don't watch no adult. They don't even watch The Simpsons, no Family Guy, no show. I know y'all like, damn, how the hell do you do that? Not around them.
I used to watch those shows when I was a kid. So.
Yeah, me too. That's why I know they're not finna watch it. Niggas say, "Oh, like me, fucked up."
I thought that was pretty good, man.
You fucked up. What the fuck?
I'm
You
not
trying to get your dick stuck. I ain't even going to come over there.
Hey,
Okay.
hey,
All right. So,
What about you guys?
like,
Yeah,
I don't have no kids, but I got a nephew. I love very dearly. I've brought him up a couple of times on here. And that man is 5. And I try. I mean, I can't speak for my sister, but I try whenever I'm with him and we watching TV. I try to let him watch the stuff I grew up with because they are what shaped me as the person as I am. And Filmore was one of those shows. So, like, if I feel like he would, as a 5-year-old, I don't think he really understand and get Filmore. But like if he was like maybe 10 or 11, then I think that would be the sweet spot, the sweet age for that. Like it's not for no young kids. Like it's not one of those.
Yeah.
It's not one of those type of shows. Even though it does have its moments. It does have action in it and everything like that, and it does have comedy in it and everything like that. It's not. I think if a younger kid was going to watch it, the character they would gravitate towards, which you don't see a lot, is the redhead kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the character the younger kids would gravitate towards. But like older kids, I think with the way it's one of those Filmore is one of those gym cartoons where even with being as old as it is, I think it's about like what 20 years old now, ain't it?
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, I think so.
Even with it being as old as it is, a good portion of the episodes still hold up till this day. Even some of the values and the lessons that are learned in that said episode still hold up to this day. So I would almost like argue saying that like Filmore is almost like a timeless cartoon.
Yeah.
And I if I had kids, I mean, it'll be about like 11, 12. But like Jimmy had said, I mean, I'm not letting my kid, or I am definitely not letting my nephew watch like a Rick and Morty and Family Guy and The Simpsons. I don't like those shows in general, so like he's not watching them because I don't like them. But I'm just not letting him watch something like that. Hell, I ain't even gonna let him watch like Teletubbies or something like that, because that's just gonna mess him up when he gets older.
I don't even allow SpongeBob in my mother.
Yeah, can confirm. I watch Teletubbies and look at me now.
So,
Yeah. Barney.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I let him watch good old shows like the Power Rangers and Batman the Animated Series and Spider-Man. Boom, said it again.
I'm about to kick him.
Kick him. Do it. I bet you won't.
Okay. So Isaac and JR, do you think this show was ahead of its time? And do you also think if this show was aired today, it would have been bigger than what it is now?
I will say, because I think when I was younger and I randomly saw it airing on TV, I think I don't remember anything about how I felt about it back then. And then when we first started doing the show, and one of the first things we did was, talk about Filmore. So that was my first opportunity to really watch through the entire show. And as I was watching through it, I was like, man, looking at this now, I don't think I would have appreciated this as a kid. And I think that's definitely because of having watched more things since then, so I understand a lot of the references and what they're parodying and everything. So I feel like now, if they were to release the show as is, I feel like it would probably do a lot better. Just because I feel like kids nowadays, especially I would say like middle school and starting into high school, I feel like kids are a lot more receptive of the shows that they watch. Though I mean, I feel like some of these kids are watching, like we were talking about, are watching things they should not be watching at their age. But Filmore is like in that sweet spot of like, it's more mature than it seems, but it still knows how to not take itself too seriously, and it's a still fun show. So it's like, I feel like kids will probably enjoy it a lot more nowadays. All the more reason for them to just throw it on Disney Plus. I don't know why it's that hard.
All right.
But yeah, that's the way I think about it.
I love you, Isaac. You're great. JR.
Being the one who watched this later on, I would say that even if I was a kid watching this, I probably wouldn't have been so... I probably wouldn't be a fan, but I would watch it if it came out like during mornings when I'm changing before going to school. Something like that. It seems like that's the kind of show that I would have watched if I watched it way back then. But if this and seeing it now, I realized that it is ahead of its time. It really was, because I've never seen like another premise like that in any other show. But when you do see something similar to that, it's usually like either like a parody or a one-off episode special or something like that, and they would be fun. But you wouldn't think that there would be like an entire show based on this, and this is that show. And they did a really good job with what they did back then. They had solid characters, solid stories, and had good animation overall, good designs. It's very appealing to look at. It's really it really keeps the tone of the whole show. And if this was released now, it would seem like a retro kind of show. It would feel like it would be nice for new generations to see this kind of show. And yeah, it would be nice to see this in Disney Plus, and having kids be all like, "Oh, what is this show? I like this kid. He's so savage. He's so
Okay.
And he teaches life lessons. He's so cool."
I'm gonna ask you one more question, Jared. Did you only watch these 5 episodes, or did you go back and watch the rest?
I watched a good few. I watched a good few of them. I don't remember if I've seen the whole thing.
Okay.
I remember watching. There was this one, and it was the one where she was like his partner in crime back in the day, and by the end of it, she was like.
That's the chicken is
was
dry
like
episode.
Yeah.
The chicken is
dry.
Chicken was dry, and I was like, "Damn,
Ooh.
nah." He
The meanest feel
ain't like that.
meanest diss in cartoon history, man. I don't care what nobody say. But this is the last question. This for everybody. Then we're gonna wrap it up. Do you guys think Filmore is a top 10 Disney show?
Oh man, you didn't even ask me and Jimmy if we thought it was gonna be a.
I didn't ask you guys because they couldn't really talk about the kids thing, so I let them have their.
Okay, that makes sense.
Have
I
our
see what you
own-
did there.
Yeah,
I
man.
got you.
our own
This is
segment.
why I'm the leader.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
So this is for everybody. Do you guys think Filmore is a top 10 Disney show? Anybody go?
Oh, yes.
I would
Easily.
say, yeah.
Walter, my second in command.
Ooh, I grit my teeth every time you say that, man. Are you asking me personally, my personal list, or like
If it's in
hey.
your top 10, if it could be number 10, is it in it? Is it? Do you think it's top 10?
Yeah.
Don't forget about the Hercules show.
No, it's not gonna beat the duck shows. I know it's not gonna beat
You know I love my ducks.
I know it.
Gargoyles.
Yeah, I
Don't
think
forget
it'd be
Gargoyles.
mine. I think it'll be my top 10. Like if I had to, like, I mean, because we did do a 3x3 for it, and it was on my
Yeah.
3x3. Granted, those were like the best shows to me. But like if I had to sit down and actually make a top 10 definitive, no questions asked
Like,
list for Disney cartoons, I would say yeah. I'll put it on my list. It would have made my list. The lower 5, not the top 5, but
Top
lower
five,
5. Yeah,
top five.
it made the
that
lower 5.
shit, my number 1. I don't care what nobody say. All day, every day. You ask me, what's Disney show's best show? Oh, Filmore. So without question. Without that one. Next question. What's the next question? Jimmy, is this your top pick?
I like these shows. I like a lot of Disney shows. This can't make the top 10.
You uncultured.
I'm pretty sure it's at least 10 other shows I like more than. At least.
You're done. You're done. And
All right,
cancel.
kick me out.
And And canceled. I'm not gonna kick you out. I'm not gonna kick you out, but you're canceled for the rest of the episode.
So, I mean, real quick, I know we've been talking about like an hour and a half. Real quick, I mean, I will say this: I don't think it'll work nowadays. Like the show, how it is now. How it was back then.
Did you have to update some stuff?
They'll have to change some stuff. I think they'll change some stuff, and then I also think because of how modern day cartoons are now, there's gonna be a romance element in there. There's gonna be a romance element thing with Ingrid and
probably
and Filmore, which that's one of the strongest things about the show. That is not a romance thing, and they are just friends. They're both platonic friends. But I'm pretty sure, especially if this goes somewhere, like it hits. I'm pretty sure they will listen to the fans, and they're gonna be a romance element in it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just with how modern day things are, how modern day cartoons are, and there will probably be a race episode, like we have said. I think there'll be. A race
there would
episode.
definitely be a race episode.
And I'm pretty sure that the little redhead guy, the redheaded kid, he'll get more screen time because they'll probably make him in the LGBT.
The comic relief.
No, not even the comic relief, because he is the comic relief. But they'll make him the LGBT character.
What they do about the police brutality? I couldn't get my words out.
And I guarantee you'll see an episode of that too.
There will have to be something just in the modern side.
Bro, we're not ready. They're not ready for that type of show.
Nah.
I'm worried they wouldn't make Filmore as much of a badass than how he is now. Yeah, that's my main worry about that. If they did update it,
that's another topic. Why all these shows gotta have all that bullshit in it now? But if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to what's that thing Walter says, guys?
Show your attitude, you wonderful, beautiful
nerd.
Deuces.
I like how he did that. I like how he did that.
This is
y'all did not sound excited as you bastard.